Welcome to this section of Hybrid Talks. My name is Mac Ehrhardt. I'm chairman of Ehrhardt Lee Seed, and I'm joined today by Jake Hansen, who's our product manager. And in this section, we're going to talk about Blue River organic hybrids from 107-day to 115-day. And with that, I'm going to let Jake take it away with a new hybrid we're offering for planting in 2025 called Blue River 7507. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say the catalog we're looking at is available online. You can just go onto our website and click it and open it up and see the catalog. Or if you'd like a physical copy, you can call us up and we'll mail you one of those.
Great. Thanks, Mac. Like you said, the first hybrid we'll talk about here is brand new for 2025, 7507 at 107-day. This is one that really gives us, I think, the next step in the overall yield potential. Very, very strong yields for maturity, outstanding overall plant health. What you're going to see with this one is exceptional tolerance to a lot of yield-robbing diseases like tar spot, leaf blight, Gauss's wilt. With that, it really helps its range of motion, north to south, east to west. I don't think I've seen it anywhere where I don't like it yet. So it's strong out of the ground, and it's partly related to one of our new hybrids, which I'll talk about in a minute here, called 7813. So those genetics are really lending it to that strong southern movement. You can take comfort planting this one as an early hybrid, in 115-day corn country. It's really going to maintain its health, its plant height, and its emergence. So I really, really like this hybrid quite a lot. Like I said, three things to keep in mind, or that I like to keep in mind, is on this hybrid: strong emergence, strong disease tolerance and health, strong yields.
Thanks, Jake. I'll grab the next one, which is Blue River 4808, which we have also sold in the Viking brand as 4808, high yielding 108-day. Its strongest feature probably is just the best emergence, basically, of any hybrid that we've ever sold. So outstanding emergence on organic and conventional environments. It also is a healthy hybrid with a really good tolerance to Gauss's wilt, northern corn leaf blight, and gray leaf spot. And it's a very good dual-purpose hybrid. It has good grain yields, and also it is a very solid performing silage hybrid in both for tonnage and for quality. As a dual purpose, it's quite good. Anything to add on that, Jake?
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to add on this one is one that likes to flex yield late. So it is another one that takes full advantage of any late rains in August or early September. It does flex a lot of kernel depth, more so than girth or length. So it's one that can suffer on some droughtier ground late season in the absence of moisture. Under irrigation, fantastic. You can really pump this thing out quite a bit. But everything else Max said about it, been one of our strongest hybrids in our lineup.
All right, I'll grab the next one, which is Blue River 8509, which was really excited to launch this in a big way last year. We did pilot it the year before that, and it's a new class of hybrid for us, really bringing together yield, agronomics, and grain quality. This is another one of those near food grade quality, not true food grade with a super high pycnometer and dense starch, but it is accepted at some plants as a masa hybrid because it does have very heavy test weight, nice large kernels, and dense starch. It's also just a really beautiful hybrid to plant because it's got just very good, very strong stalks, strong roots, very good all-around health package, and consistent high yields. What did I miss on this one, Jake?
The only thing that I saw on it last year with the excessive drought that we had, the heat plus the drought really kind of made this one suffer a little bit. It still yielded extremely well, better than I expected it to do last fall. But with those two things in mind, I try to limit its southern movement too much. The I-70 corridor is about as far south as I'm really comfortable pushing this one, mainly because you're going to start to run into those high heat environments, plus potential drought. And that's really the only place where I saw this one maybe act a little differently, more like a die and dry. Didn't quite have the overall yield performance in those locations.
Yeah, great performance across most of Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. just did a really nice job in the northern 2/3 of those states.
Yep.
Next one is Blue River 60 PM11, which is a Pura Maize hybrid. If you're not familiar with Pura Maize hybrids, they cannot be cross-pollinated by neighboring corn, and therefore the farmers that plant them can harvest the grain or plant the seed and harvest the grain with confidence that their grain will not be rejected by anybody because it's not going to be contaminated by any neighboring GMOs. PM11 is also, it's got a tall plant, it's got a nice flex ear, and it's been a performer in the Blue River lineup, I think now for 5 years. So been around for a while as a Pura Maize hybrid. If you want more information on the Pura Maize, there is a section of the catalog devoted to that. I believe it's like I'll look it up quick. It's on page 22. There's a full description of the Pura Maize product and how they work. The next hybrid is 62G22, which is a Blue River hybrid that's been in the Blue River brand for 4 or 5 years now, and they sold a lot of. It does have a lot of top-end yield potential, and there are some customers that have very good performance with it. Jake, is this one that people have used as a silage hybrid as well?
Yes, with very good success as well. This is one that does have very strong performance east, kind of out in the Atlantic region, Pennsylvania, New York. It did very, very well out there for both grain and silage. It is a taller plant, but I haven't seen it catch any wind and snap or go down on us in western locations either. So it does have good integrity.
Good. Well, let's turn the page and keep going. Want to grab the next hybrid?
Yeah, I'll grab the next one here. The brand new here at 111 day called 7611. This is one that, again, very, very excited about bringing this hybrid out in an organic bag. Excuse me. This one came in at number 3 in our yield trials in 2023, with its best performances being in medium to heavy soils and moving east. You can keep it under irrigation, on drier acres or on tougher acres. It's going to do well. It's going to do just as good. The only watch out I have on it right now is your true dry land, sandier or droughty soils is where it might lose out to some things around it. Doesn't fall apart anywhere. North to south, you can push this one all the way down to Texas with ease. It can still perform well. Great tar spot tolerance, great Gauss wilt tolerance. Just a real strong add into this lineup that I think compared to like the 62G, gives us a nice bump in yield, gives us a nice bump in overall health and performance across locations. My only watch out, as I said, is putting it into your dry land or your sandier acres.
Thanks, Jake. I'll grab the next two hybrids. So Blue River 66G25 has been in the Blue River lineup for 4 years now, has very good top-end yield potential, does move south well, and has pretty good stalks and roots as well. I think it is going to be outpaced for top-end yield potential by the 7611, but if you've used 66G25 and had good performance with it, we would strongly urge you to keep planting it and try a little of the new ones alongside it. Kind of the same story with the 68C37. This hybrid has a fan base within the Blue River customer set. Does have good emergence, nice tall hybrid, could double as a silage hybrid, and has a record of consistent performance for Blue River customers. But we're confident that it's going to be outpaced for top end yield on the higher yielding acres by the new Blue River 7813, and I'll let Jake talk about that.
Yeah, thanks, Mac. So the 7813 is the last brand new hybrid here this year for 2025, 113 day, where the 7611 came in at number 3 in our trials. This one came in at number 1 by a pretty solid margin. So the yield potential on this one, really for maturity, I think is second to none. The overall stalk strength carrying this hybrid into the fall, the plant health, it emerged quite well. As I said earlier, this is one that is related to that 7507, the other brand new. So this one does have exceptional, good southern movement. Again, take this one down into Texas, all across to the East Coast, and it's going to do very, very well. Excuse me, I'm running out of moisture here.
Yeah. So the last hybrid we have to talk about in the Blue River lineup is the 8214, which is 114 day. It is a dual purpose hybrid with outstanding top end yield potential. Um, it's another hybrid that will go south as far as you want to take it to the Rio Grande. It's got some tropical genetics in its background, so it handles heat without a problem. Also has good performance in Texas as a silage hybrid, as well as a high yielding grain hybrid. Good emergence, nice big flex ears. Jake, how's the drought tolerance on this one compared to the 7813?
I think the 7813 is going to have a little bit better overall drought tolerance over the 8214. Like Max said, that one is it got some good tropical background in it, so it likes heat. But I think it's going to suffer a little bit once you put it into some real light or real droughty situations. 7813 might lend itself a little bit better.
I think of 8214 as having really good ear flex, but a little bit slower dry down. Is that true?
Yes, that is
Okay.
very true. Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be as 114 day. It's going to be maintain its moisture, which frankly is one of the reasons that it makes a great silage hybrid. It has a wide harvest window for silage. And that'll conclude our hybrid talks on Blue River organic corn. If you want to hear about earlier hybrids that weren't in this section, or if you'd like to hear about the Viking Rise Up hybrids, please tune into one of our other videos. Thank you.